Welcome to the C3 Sports Podcast, formerly known as Main Street. We brought our guy on, Colin, full time. He's the man. Got to bring him in. So why not have 3 C's? I'm Cody. That's Kale. That's Colin. As you can see, we're all representing our favorite teams because it's baseball season, boys. And we are in probably the greatest
2021 world champion Atlanta Brave jersey right here.
You bet. We are in the midst of the World Baseball Classic, and it has not been a disappointment, boys. What are your thoughts?
Okay, so I gotta start with this because I was driving down the road today and I was listening to the MLB radio.
Hey, were you driving down the interstate running 20 minutes late?
No, I wasn't. But I was actually coming home from a wrestling tournament, and I had the MLB network on, and they were talking about Vladdy Guerrero hit a home run for the Dominican Republic. It was either today or last night, or I don't know when it was, but apparently he just hammered it, and he turned around and pointed at his jersey and threw his bat in the air, and everybody was going crazy, and they're like, oh, this is okay in the World Baseball Classic, but if this was in Major League season, the very next time he came up to bat, he would get drilled. So
Probably.
it's just kind of cool that, like, the emotions, and like if you seen Japan Stadium the other night when Shohei hit that grand slam, everybody was going bananas, and like the World Baseball Classic is cool. Like I kind of wish, it kind of stinks, right? Because it's in March. So pitchers are on a pitch count, like in this first round of pool play or whatever. Guys can only throw 65 pitches. So it kind of stinks because, like for America, we're not going to run Paul Skeens and Tariq Skubal out there and let them eat 90 and try to eat 7 innings and turn it over to Mason Millen throwing 102, but like, so you don't get that aspect, but it's also kind of cool because you got the Czech Republic out there throwing a firefighter that's humming up there at 65 mile an hour.
Yeah.
Hey,
that was incredible.
That's got to be quite the adjustment for some of those dudes to have to worry about trying to hit 65 comparatively to 97.
Well, that was like you guys Friday night when I sent you the screenshot of the left fielder for Czech Republic, construction worker.
Yeah.
Oh, it's just incredible.
Yeah, it's cool, and like not every country is as blessed with talent as the Dominican Republic and Venezuela and the United States and Japan and Puerto Rico, but it's cool, like Croatia's or not Croatia, the Czech Republic's got construction workers and math teachers and just all sorts of
but isn't that regular, freaking awesome?
Yeah, just regular average Joes. Like I'm like, I have any Czech Republic in my background, I could go out there and hum 60 at them.
Yeah. So, keep going. I want to pull this up real quick.
How many I'm going to ask you a question, Colin or Cody or whatever, whichever one wants to answer. How many countries are represented in this thing?
16. There's 4 pools of 4.
Okay.
And whoever gets last in each pool has to re-qualify for the next one. It's kind of like the English Premier League demotion. So
gotcha. How do you qualify? I'm way behind on WBC rules and stuff. So like, what's the qualifying marker?
I think there's like a tournament that you have to go to and qualify.
Yeah.
I'm not exactly sure on how that works, but like, so actually, Cody, we're wrong. There's 20 teams in it. So
20?
Pool A is in San Juan, Puerto Rico, and it's Puerto Rico, Cuba, Canada, also known as Snow Mexico, Panama, the Colombia, and then Pool B is in Houston, which is Italy, the United States of America, Mexico, Brazil, Great Britain. Pool C is in Tokyo, and that's Japan, Australia, the Chinese Taipei, Korea, and the Czech Republic. And then Pool D is in Miami, which is the Dominican Republic, Venezuela, Netherlands, also known as Curacao, Israel, and Nicaragua.
Yeah,
and you can see people like MLB players are kind of starting to exploit all options, because obviously it's going to be tough to make the United States team. It's tough to make the Puerto Rican team, tough to make Japan, tough to make
even like Venezuela.
The Dominican Republic, Venezuela. It's tough. So you're seeing like guys like Jazz Chisholm is playing for Great Britain. So those guys are all digging deep and trying to find, like, if your parents or grandparents were born in another country, you're automatically eligible to represent that country. So you're seeing some guys that are digging deep to try to make these teams.
Thank you for saying that, because I was going to have a reply that made me sound really stupid. Because
Israel and Nicaragua, like they're not terrible teams.
Right.
They're not awful. I mean, obviously the worst team in here is probably the Czech Republic. I don't even know if they played a complete game yet. But tomorrow night, United States and Mexico in Houston, and the United States has not beat Mexico in 4 straight World Baseball Classics.
Correct. And tomorrow night is Skeens Day, boys.
Yeah, Okay, I got something on this Skeens thing.
Is Livy gonna be there?
Yes, absolutely. Yes. But so everybody is calling Aaron Judge Captain America because he's the captain of the United States team. But if you don't know Paul Skeens' history, Paul Skeens literally, before he went to LSU and met Livy Dunn, God bless his soul, lucky man, but literally pitched for the Air Force Academy. And caught. Actually, I don't even know. Like, I think his freshman year, he came to the Air Force, the United States of America. I'm just talking but to me, he's Captain America. Paul Skeens is like, dude was literally ready to fight for our country.
Can I raise you one?
And he is gonna now. Yeah, go ahead.
Can I raise you one?
Yeah.
Griffin Jacks, Air Force graduate, served 2 tours.
Yeah.
And then came back. Former twin.
Former twin.
Yep. Served 2 tours and now pitching in the majors and is on Team USA.
It's kind of cool. So the other kind of thing that's cool is, some of these guys that are playing for the United States, like Bryce Harper and Pete Crow Armstrong. And it was like Pete Crow Armstrong.
Yep.
Paul
Skeens.
And Roman Anthony all played on the United States 12-year-old baseball team representing the United States, and they won it. Pete Crow Armstrong and Roman Anthony threw a complete game no-hitter in the championship game.
Now tell the kicker.
Guess who caught the game? Paul Skeens.
Paul Skeens. Yeah.
That's freaking crazy. I love that.
Yeah. And it just goes to show you, this is kind of off topic, but when kids, they get so one-tracked and they're in an early age of sports, and they're like, I'm a quarterback, or I'm a pitcher, or I'm a shortstop, or everybody wants to lead off and play shortstop, but not everybody's the coach's kid, so you don't get to bat lead off and play shortstop,
right?
Unless you're the coach's kid. So
right.
But it just goes to show you, though, is what your kid is at 12 might not be when they're 23 years old and winning Cy Youngs in Major League Baseball as a second-year player.
Correct.
It's just it's cool, and it's kind of fun to hear stories of those guys that are representing our country.
Now, there was another bit of big news that came out for Team USA today.
Yeah.
Well, Tarek Skubal.
Yeah, he wants a redo after throwing a home run last night, or throwing a pitch that got hit for a home run last night to the first batter.
First pitch of the game.
Yeah, he was only going to make one start, and then it comes out today that he's calling his agents in Detroit and the Detroit management. He wants a do-over, and he's going to try to start another game for America. And it's gonna happen. Dude's gonna throw the World Baseball Classic championship game.
Yeah, that's not a bad problem to have.
Yeah, not a bad problem to have. Because I think if the United States can get advanced past the two people make it out of pool play games, so like the United States and Mexico, although Italy is in our pool and they're 2-0 as well.
Yeah.
But they and Italy's got some dudes. But the top two teams, so Puerto Rico and it looks like Cuba or Canada are coming out of Pool A. Japan and probably Australia has had a really good baseball classic. And then it's probably going to be the Dominican Republic and Venezuela out of Pool D. So 8 teams advance to the quarterfinals. And I believe the United States and Venezuela are on the same side, and then Puerto Rico or Japan and the Dominican Republic are on the same side. That's kind of your 4 top dogs.
And if you remember 23, we needed a Trey Turner home run to beat Venezuela.
Right. It's because Venezuela's got my guy, Ronald Acuna Jr.
Hey, who's their captain?
Yeah, Salvador.
El
Salvador.
Salvador.
Yeah. So obviously a lot has happened in the first 3. Well, Japan started Wednesday.
Yeah. That pool's got to get over early so Japan can get over to the United States and whoever else comes with them.
Yeah, which, like you said, it's looking like Australia. But I got to talk about this because you brought up Italy. Does Italy have the best home run celebration?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Pasquantino's over making, for every home run, they take an espresso shot.
Yeah. Although I don't know, the Mexican sombrero and the Nacho Libre mask, Nacho Alvarez from the Braves hit a home run the other day, and they ran him out in a Nacho Libre mask after he crossed home plate, and he put it on and was running around the field with it. And then Alejandro Kirk just hit one a little bit ago and had a sombrero on.
Yeah, it's really cool seeing all these stories that are coming out this week about how I can't remember who it was yesterday came out and said that they would rather win the WBC than win the World Series because it's about the team on the front of their chest with their country.
Right. And it's kind of interesting. It's a lot of these guys that are playing are rivals. Throughout they're going to be rivals here in 2 weeks for the next 6 months. And they're coming together, like Aaron Judge and Roman Anthony, who are on the Boston Red Sox and the New York Yankees, are playing the 2 corner outfield spots for America, United States, and like they're playing together, so it's kind of fun.
And then the other cool part is the other side of that is what we saw in 2023 final at bat of the game, was teammates Shohei Ohtani going against Mike Trout.
Yeah.
I love the WBC.
Yeah, it's cool.
Good stuff.
So be locked in, 7:00 tomorrow night. Big Fox. USA tries to get their first ever win against Mexico in the WBC.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be locked in. It'll be might be the first game I've watched the WBC in quite some time, honestly. I'm excited.
Probably 3 years.
Come on, Mr. Patriotic. Let's go.
No, I'm saying it not just because of the rotation. I'm saying, like, I don't think I've ever actually given it as much time as I should.
I think that's a lot of people though this year.
Right.
I think a lot of people, and I mean, obviously USA winning the Olympics helps because they've just kind of kept the patriotism moving over now with this going on. And so I think it's moving over. But I mean, I've seen it all over Facebook, Twitter, all the social medias, but like everyone's really invested now into the WBC because it's a big deal now.
Yeah, it's because the United States won the Olympics in hockey, and Freebird became their theme song, and it's just carried right on over to the World Baseball Classic, and people are blaring Freebird as the United States are getting ready to play.
You bet.
And A lot of wins for the USA lately, in a lot of different avenues.
That's 'cause we're the
Correct.
best. That's because we're the best.
Just a lot of winning when old DT is in the office.
Yeah. People are
So
scared of us.
the Olympic team, they were talking to Aaron Judge prior to Friday night's game, and every locker has a picture of Jack Hughes hanging in it for motivation.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. It's because we're better than Canada at hockey too.
Yeah. So moving on from WBC, we got to cover this just to hit something local real quick. Fuck Iowa.
You betcha.
Huskers get a big win over Iowa today. Get the 2 seed in the Big Ten
Jamarcus
tournament.
Lawrence and the Exciting Whites.
You bet.
Here's an interesting thing. I know none of us are big basketball guys. I pretty much only watch basketball if it involves Nebraska, because I'm a sicko when it comes to Nebraska athletics, and I have football season tickets, I have baseball season tickets. I'm just a Nebraskan at heart. But I see
as he throws the two in.
Yeah,
I'm just a Nebraskan at heart.
You couldn't have timed that any
That was
better.
perfect timing.
But Nebraska, since joining the Big Ten in basketball, has only finished as a top 4 seed in the conference tournament or a bottom 4 finisher in the conference tournament. They've never finished anywhere in between.
Which is pretty remarkable considering last year it went to 18 teams.
Right.
Yeah, and then on the baseball front.
Hold on.
What's that? Yep.
What's the I made a bet with somebody earlier in the year. This was like, I don't know, a month ago. And they were asking me what my opinion was, like, does Nebraska win a game in March Madness for the first time ever?
I mean, we should. We're going to be a huge favorite. I mean, Nebraska is going to be a top 3 seed in whatever region they go to. And it sounds like right now, like the way teams have kind of played down the stretch, that Nebraska is going to end up playing in St. Louis. And if they end up playing in St. Louis, Husker fans will take that place over. Like,
that's so crazy to me. It's crazy to me that, like,
they'll literally take St. Louis over.
That's literally, it's so nuts because Nebraska fans have always been, they always travel well. And so, like, it's just crazy that even in a sport that you've been dog water in the entirety of your existence,
right?
Like, the fans are still going to show up in droves.
Yeah, it's because for something like that. It's because it's Nebraska. There's nothing else for us to do. That's what everybody else in the country thinks. Like, we only have the Huskers, and that's all we have, which is kind of somewhat true. But
yeah,
I mean, I got the Braves.
Got the Royals.
Yeah, I'm stuck with Husker athletics, who in football is bad, basketball's traditionally bad, wrestling's pretty good. But then I got these guys, and they're real bad right now. They are real bad.
They're so bad.
Here's an interesting thing. It's
for you on the podcast. He's showing his twin shirt.
Yes, the Twins.
It's you brought it up. You brought up Husker football, and they're in spring practices right now, and it's kind of been like eerily quiet out of the Husker football camp, out of spring practice. And somebody the other day told me, they're like, "That's great. No expectations. No expectations. We're just gonna go play football." And it kind of got me thinking, like, yeah, here we go.
We got a long time to then.
Yeah.
I'm gonna wait. I have to wait.
It'll get to June after the College World Series, and then we'll get our off-season national title.
I will be. I'll still be. No, it's gonna happen March 29th. Everybody's gonna see Anthony Cornandria play quarterback on March 28th, and they're gonna go off the deep end, and they're gonna be like, "Oh, we're like Indiana and Oregon better be ready because we're coming.
Yeah.
We got a quarterback that can run around and make plays, and he doesn't think he's Patrick Mahomes. He is Patrick Mahomes.
Correct. So moving on to the other big weekend in Husker athletics. The baseball team sweeps.
Which one? Like the Huskers haven't had a good weekend.
Yeah, across the board.
Like across the board.
Except for women's basketball.
Wow.
Amy Williams, get your shit together.
That was last week. That was last week's news.
Baseball gets a sweep of Michigan State.
It wasn't easy Friday and Saturday.
No, you were at the game Friday.
It was freaking
tell us
cold.
about the weather delay.
Yeah. Dude, that maybe was the stupidest weather delay I have ever been a part of in my life. Like, it's 1:55, game's supposed to start at 2, and everybody's just kind of like standing around, and like the Michigan State players are hanging out outside the dugout drinking protein shakes, and I'm like, this is odd. This game is supposed to start in 10 minutes. It's 2:05 first pitch, and these Michigan State guys are just hanging out, eating peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, drinking protein shakes, and I'm like, what is going on here? Like, this is odd, because it's like 60 degrees, the wind's blowing a little bit, sun's shining, and about 3 minutes after, I'm thinking to myself, this is weird. I've been to a lot of Husker baseball games in my life, and I've never seen a team act like this. But maybe they were trying to get pumped up and get that protein in them so they could catch fly balls, because they struggled with that last year.
They struggled with it this weekend.
Michigan State Nebraska. Specifically can't catch a can of corn.
Yeah, well, Nebraska couldn't either, and that's why Friday got a little interesting. But they come over the loudspeaker, and they're like, we're currently in a weather delay. We'll give you further updates when we know more. And so we sat there for like 30 minutes in the sunshine, right? The sun is shining. Nothing is happening other than the Husker players are playing hacky sack out in the outfield. The Michigan State players have a bat and baseballs, and they're like throwing baseballs at this bat with a player trying to bunt it. And I mean, baseball players are weird. They'll make up games during rain delays or weather delays. And like 30 minutes goes by, nothing happens. 30 minutes goes by, and they're like, we're still in a weather delay. And it's starting, at this point, it's starting to get more cloudy, and it's starting to get more windy, and it's starting to get more cold. The weather has now dropped like well into
20 degrees.
50s, well into the 50s. And I'm like, this is stupid. And then like everybody's around like, this game is happening today. This game is happening. So here I am just sitting in the stadium. My sister was with me at the game because she went to state basketball with me we went to state basketball on Thursday, and she's like fit to be tied. She's like, what are we doing? Because I trapped her in Lincoln. And so anyways, 4:00, like, and I'm sitting there looking at the radar, and like what appeared to me on the radar is 4:00 is when the weather is going to get to Lincoln. And right after I look at this on the radar, they're like, all right, Husker fans, thanks for sticking around. First pitch of the game is at 4:05. And I'm like,
yeah,
what are we doing here? Like, and so, yeah, like we sat there. It never rained, it never lightning, nothing for 2 hours to start a game at 4:00 instead of 2:00. And when they started the game at 4:00, it was now 44 degrees, feels like 36. And
I think it was 4:00 when they issued the tornado watch.
Right. Yeah. They issued a tornado watch, and they're like, all right, let's play baseball.
Yeah.
Like, all right, here we go. This is not going to be a tornado at this point coming through the air. It's going to be an iceberg.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so anyways, like it gets to like the 5th inning, and I'm like, man, it is freezing. And I was not prepared for the weather, because I looked on Thursday and before I left Kearney to go down to the game, I'm like, oh, it's going to be 70 degrees at first pitch. It's supposed to be 50 by 5:00. The game should be getting over. Like, I don't need anything more than a pair of pants and a hoodie. When I left it in the middle of the 5th inning, it was 31 degrees, feels like 26.
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
So it was funny because you were at the game.
It's a good thing
And
those
then-
players weren't from Southern Cal.
Yeah,
They
no
were real
kidding, right?
cold.
Dude, Southern Cal might be the hottest team in the freaking Big Ten right now.
That's a reference to the cold stuff from last
Yeah.
football season.
Yeah. But anyway, Huskers win. They won on a walk-off Friday night.
Yeah, a moonshot.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've ever seen a college. I've only seen one college baseball hit farther in my life. That was when Kyle Schwarber hit the baseball out
Of the stadium.
TD Ameritrade against the Huskers in the 2014 or 2013 Big Ten championship game. Kyle Schwarber went out of TD Ameritrade, out of the stadium, not out of the field, out of the
like
stadium.
over the concourse, over
over the concourse onto Fahey Street. Like it was a moonshot.
So basically, Kyle Schwarber's home run last night.
Yeah, and poor Case Sanderson hits that walk-off moonshot. And if you haven't seen the Husker baseball photos, they might be like the greatest set of photos from a baseball game I've ever seen. Because Case Sanderson hit that ball and then threw his bat probably 25 feet.
I was just going to say the bat flip was awesome.
And in the SEC, he would have been ejected from the game, and that run wouldn't have counted. But and then as he crosses home plate, like before he even touches home plate, they douse him with a freaking bucket of Gatorade, and it, mind you, feels like 26 degrees outside. Like that had to be so cold. But at the same time, your adrenaline is so high, and like whatever. Yeah, and then
that's crazy.
Won 3-1 yesterday, and I mean,
10-run rule today.
10 run rule today. Gavin Blackowitz didn't even need the bullpen, which has been the sketchy part of Husker baseball.
I think he had 12 strikeouts.
Yeah, thank God for Jay Sean Unger, because he's saved the Huskers a couple games this year. And that's a kid, interesting enough. I don't know how many people actually know this. Unger went in the portal after last baseball season because he pitched like a third of an inning and had a 27 ERA and just couldn't find the strike zone. And so he actually went in the portal, went and played summer ball, got no action in the portal, and him and Rob Childress got together after summer ball, and he's like, come back. We'll work things out. And like, he's been the most reliable arm out of the Husker pen.
Love to see stories like that.
That's crazy. Just goes to show, don't be so quick to pull the trigger on freaking jumping into the portal.
Right, jumping in the portal.
Well,
like Dylan Carey is right now playing like Rocco Chalosky is supposed to be like first team All-American, Golden Spikes Award in college baseball, like best player, number 1 overall pick in the draft. And Dylan Carey is putting up better numbers than he is right now.
Yeah.
Dylan Carey's stats are ridiculous. I'm going to go look this up. Because I know coming in to Friday's game, which the Huskers had played 12 baseball games, Dylan Carey was batting 500.
Jeez. He had 2 home runs this weekend.
And about ready to take over the single season record for doubles in a career. Like he's like 2 away. It'll happen this year.
Good for him. So I saw a post this weekend.
After today, Dylan Carey is hitting .456 with 5 home runs and 8 doubles, 23 RBIs. He's got 31 base hits and 61 at-bats.
Not bad.
Just ridiculous.
Against good competition, too. It's not like they're playing
right.
nobody.
Yeah. Nebraska's off or non-conference schedule for baseball was pretty ridiculous.
Yeah.
Played a 3-game set with Auburn, played Grand Canyon, Stanford, Louisville, K-State. Like,
yeah,
their non-con has been really good. Beat Northeastern, who beat LSU.
Yeah. How about the SEC?
Yeah. North Dakota State comes to town on Wednesday for the Huskers, and North Dakota State beat Vanderbilt today.
Yeah. Sac State beat Arkansas today.
Yeah. After North Dakota State beat Vanderbilt today after getting outscored 24-2 in the first 2 games of the series.
Jeez. I think I saw Florida. Florida lost their bye game today too.
They lost yesterday too to I don't remember who they're playing. High Point.
Yeah.
Which you say bye game, but High Point has been in the NCAA regional like 4 or 5 years in a row.
Yeah. I think every year you and me try to outsmart the D1 baseball guys with our regionals.
Oh yeah,
they're always in there.
We did pretty good last year.
Yeah, we did. All right, let's move on to wrestling because I feel like Kale has like not talked very much.
I know.
It don't matter.
Welcome to the show, Kale.
Kale,
I'm getting caught up on some baseball. I just went to D1 baseball and looked up some scores from today in the Big Ten just because I was curious after all this talk. So
did Purdue beat Oregon again today? They beat them yesterday.
Did who?
Purdue beat Oregon.
Did they beat them today?
No, it was 15-4 Oregon.
Yeah, UCLA had a were they playing Northwestern maybe?
Ohio State.
State
won 10-7.
Yeah, and Ohio State's bad, really bad.
Yeah, 5-9. You want me to give you? You want to give you? I'll give you the rundown of the scores today in the Big Ten. How about that?
Yeah,
let's do that.
Let's do it.
Give us the Big Ten baseball.
Okay, so Washington was at Indiana today, won 13-4. You know, 2 bad teams. 5-10 Washington, 6-9 Indiana.
Really?
Yep.
Indiana's had a couple big wins this year.
Yeah.
Washington won that series 2-1.
Cool.
We said Oregon beat Purdue. Oregon won that series 2-1. 20 hits, by the way, by Oregon today.
Nice.
Maryland over Troy, 7-6. Number 1 UCLA over Ohio State, 10-7. UCLA wins by sweep. Nebraska won 12-2 today, as we've already said. Rutgers lost to Bryant 5-4.
Bryant's good.
Yeah,
they're 5-7. So
they're not good.
Not really that good.
Well, yeah, but it's hard to judge teams right now. Like Nebraska's a really good baseball team, and they're 10-5.
Right. Yeah. Southern Cal beat Illinois 5-3, won that series 3-0. Texas Tech over Penn State 14-4 in a non-con game. Iowa beat Lindenwood in extra innings today, 10-9. So
God,
that's a fun one.
Formerly Division II Iowa.
Yeah.
But Iowa's been like hitting the cover off the baseball, but I think Iowa's also played nobody.
Yeah. Was it last year they lost to D3 Loras College?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is also within Iowa.
Yeah. Right. Correct.
Right.
Yeah.
Up in Dubuque.
I think that's in Dubuque.
Yeah.
I've actually been to Dubuque multiple times. It's crazy.
I dated a girl who went to Loras.
Yeah. Well, who haven't you dated? So
I actually didn't. But I know somebody who did.
Last couple games, Northwestern looks on paper like a good win. Over UNLV 10-5. UNLV's 11-6. And then Minnesota beat Omaha today 6-4.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, we're kind of baseball junkies, but just some guys outside of the Big Ten to keep an eye on. If you like watching good baseball, catch Arkansas play. Not only is Arkansas's head coach Dave Van Horn, formerly of the Huskers, took the Huskers to the College World Series, their best player is from Nebraska.
Yeah.
Cam Kojal from Sargent. Yeah, from Sargent, Nebraska. Born in Sargent, Nebraska.
Okay. Go Bulldogs.
Right in your backyard.
Bulldogs.
Kansas State's best players from Nebraska as
they're
well.
AJ.
They're like the Sargent's like the creek of the backyard when you're talking about my backyard.
Right.
They're like the little nasty stagnant water creek that.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. Bad attempt at a joke.
Levi's gonna beat your ass.
Well,
Levi's from
don't
Comstock.
live there. He lives in Sargent now.
There's your Nebraska geography for the show.
Right.
There you go. All right.
Oh,
What are we on to now? Wrestling?
you were
Yeah.
gonna break down some Big Ten wrestling. Purdue.
Oh, I'm
dominated.
breaking into
Penn
town.
State dominated like normal.
Penn State had all. Did they won all those matches, right? All 8.
No, they
7
only
of
won
8.
7. He's lost.
Who's the one that? Who lost?
Blaze. Marcus Blaze.
Oh,
They
that's right.
beat
Yeah,
Marcus
that's right.
Blaze.
Yeah. So, well, geez,
Congratulations
I
are
wasn't
in
ready
order for Colin.
Hey, do we have a score update yet? That's what I
Oh
want.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Colin won it. He won Big 12 and Big 10.
No, I got
baloney.
dude, go to your text and look at the scores for the Big Ten. They're ridiculous.
Yeah.
There was 4 of us within 3 points of each other.
Yeah, well,
Was
there
I
was
one
one
of
of us in last by 50 points.
Right. Yeah.
Was
yeah,
I one of them?
Yeah, you, me, Dev, and Drew were all within 4 points of each other. 3 or 4 points of each other. It was like 149 to 1. I think I beat you by half a point.
No, I won.
Yeah, you won with 152. I beat Drew by half a point.
Let's freaking go, man. I knew I won. I was counting them up. I had so many thirds. It's like, frick yeah.
Half my
that is
team
crazy,
medical
though.
forfeited out.
Yeah. Championships are won on the backside.
Yeah.
Cody, you were 34 points away from getting 5th.
Yeah, I know. I'm well aware.
I hadn't even looked at this yet.
Out of
That's
6.
awesome.
Out of 6.
Yeah, out of 6, unfortunately. So, yeah, the Big Ten championships were obviously this weekend. Wrestling, always a big weekend with us because we love wrestling here at C3 Sports. You know, long time group that
Long
gets
time
together.
listener,
and
first time
freaking-
caller.
Yeah. So basically, Penn State ran away with it, as they always do. If you're not a wrestling guy, then you should be, and you should. And if
I think
you haven't
even
heard of Penn State
non-wrestling people know that Penn State.
like, how do you not? How do you not? Like, you have to be buried under a rock to not know what the kind of dynasty that they're running with. So,
Penn
It's freaking
State, good at wrestling, and they love our good Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. So
heck yeah.
shout out, Nittany Lions.
Yeah. Heck yeah.
Penn State's known
so-
for like 2 things in the last 20 years: wrestling and Jerry Sandusky.
Yeah. True.
Okay. Well, first surprise of the tournament, honestly, for me, I mean, I didn't watch as much college wrestling as I probably should have with all the Any Wrestle stuff we were doing earlier this year. But Jory Volk over Nick Bouzakis in the semifinals.
Jory Volk put
by
together
the-
a tournament.
Yeah, he did.
By the score of 8-1, I believe, is what it was.
Yeah.
Just put it on him. Like
And
that
then
was
and then he lost in tiebreakers today to Lilydall.
Yes, Volk did. Yep.
Yeah.
That's correct. So, yep, Lilydall freaking. I mean, after watching that match, like, Volk seems to me like he's probably in a good spot, physically, mentally, whatever you want to talk about, like, for a good run heading into 2 weeks from now. But that was kind of my first thing that jumps off the page. And then Ben DeVino gets the revenge win over Marcus Blaze at 133.
Yeah.
2 phenomenal freshmen. Phenomenal.
Yeah.
Well, DeVino's a sophomore, it says.
No, I think he's a freshman. I think he's a redshirt freshman.
Well, that's what I thought. This is what I kept saying, but he's listed as a sophomore on track.
Yeah, but
No.
track also has Drake Iola listed as a redshirt freshman.
Right.
Right. Which is why I was like, earlier today, I was like, that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
So anyway, well, geez, with everybody getting 7 and 8 years of eligibility, what's it even matter anymore?
Well, the other thing was kind of interesting in the Big Ten, like early on yesterday in the quarterfinals, Lucas Bird at 133. Like, I was all jazzed up for the 133 semis because I thought it was going to be Bird and
Davino.
Bird and Davino in the semis, and Blaze and Ayala. And Ayala was a national runner-up last year. Bird was the national champion, and then you got these two freshmen that are phenoms. And I was all jazzed up, and then Bird gets beat in the quarterfinals by the seventh seed.
By Blake Borman, Purdue.
Yeah. But it just like everybody in the Big Ten is landmines, you know. Like, you have to come to the Big Ten tournament ready to wrestle, or you're not gonna do well.
Ask Joey Blaze.
Right.
Yeah. That Joey Blaze got upset in the quarters yesterday too.
Yeah.
Was
undefeated.
Look at Drake. Look at Drake Ayala's freaking record. You said national runner-up, and he came into the tournament like 2 wins above 500.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but also look at the guys that Drake Ayala lost to.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like I'm saying, like it's not that he's bad. I'm just saying, like the schedule that they wrestle in the regular season. You know, because the conference is so stupid, ridiculous good. And RPI being such a big deal too, like these guys schedule tough duels outside of conference as well.
Well, yeah, everybody in the Big Ten that placed in the, I think the top 8 was at national duels except for Penn State.
Yeah.
Right. Which Penn State basically gave everybody a favor.
Right. I mean, they. So I see.
I kept thinking today. I was like, okay. If you did an all Big Ten team outside of Penn State and you had them duel Penn State would still win.
Yeah. Okay. This is where I was going. Like, this is how good Penn State is. They had 8 finalists. So there was 2 matches. There's 10 college weights. There was 2 matches. 141 between Jesse Mendez and Brock Hardy, which was a rematch of last year's national finals. And then Tay Gahali at 285 wrestled AJ Ferrari. If you counted those 2 matches as forfeits, so the Big Ten All-Stars get 6 points for those matches.
Yep.
The Big Ten or Penn State beat the Big Ten in a duel in the finals, 28-15. Ben Davino is the only outside like Ben Davino beat Marcus Blaze in tiebreakers, and Penn State won the other 7 finals matches.
Pretty sure, Colin, you'll have to correct me, or Kale. I think Nebraska's the only team this year that won 3 matches in the duels against Penn State. Everyone else, no one got more than 2.
Right. Correct.
Right, and that's a match that Penn State flipped today. PJ Duke over Antrell Taylor.
Yeah.
Right. We won 3 matches against them. Oh yeah, because Ferrari won.
Yeah.
And Hardy.
Ferrari, Hardy, and Antrell Taylor.
Trelly.
Yeah. Trelly. Yeah.
Wild stuff, dude.
Yeah. So Penn State's good. They're probably going to win national titles. I mean, you can mark it down, write it in pen. They're winning the national titles at 65 and 97.
Yeah.
Like you can write those in pen on your brackets. You wrestling guru, like they're freaking good. But you know, like Chris Minto has wrestled Levi Haynes 8-6 and 2-1, and he lost today on a freaking penalty point. I didn't know that he lost on a penalty point because I didn't
figure forward the head.
He figure forward the head,
and now and if you watch the video, like
it was bad because it wasn't like he cinched it up. It was like it just touched.
And Levi Haynes pulled that foot there and held it there, and his leg like touches and slides off. Like it was like unintentional. Like garbage. Give me.
But you're not going to get that call at Penn State.
Freaking absolutely garbage.
Yeah, just like Max McAnally's not going to get the call on the takedown in overtime.
Yeah.
That was
that was crazy sequence too. Like I thought for sure that was a freaking takedown.
Well,
I couldn't believe they did.
I'm not sure how Rocco Welsh didn't break his neck.
Yeah.
Well, someone else didn't break his neck when they got planted like that either.
Yeah. And he got hauled off on a stretcher.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right. Oh man,
Golly.
we're not going to do that, are we? Nah.
No, we're not going
we
there.
can,
We're not.
but we're not
going
going
there.
I'm not wearing a medium-sized shirt today, so I don't know if I can.
And your body temperature is not 110 degrees from 3 weeks ago. Still.
Yeah. I do want to put a caveat to Penn State. I think they got this year and next year. But
Dude,
David Taylor has them boys
I
down
don't
in
even
Stillwater.
I don't even know if they have next year.
Yeah.
With what Ohio or Oklahoma State's got already,
Yeah.
and what they got coming in, they might have the best heavyweight in the country coming in next year.
Yep.
Oklahoma State.
I mean, yeah. Oklahoma State. I mean, they got the best heavyweight recruit in the country. No. Drayshawn Ross.
Drayshawn. Yeah.
Kobe Merrill's going to Iowa State, which is interesting. So Kobe Merrill, his brother Cody Merrill, is Oklahoma State's 197.
Yeah.
So they're going to different colleges. Also,
and Drayshawn Ross is from Iowa.
Right, and Drayshawn Ross is from Iowa, going to Oklahoma State. But here's another interesting tidbit for you. Nebraska's probably 149 of the future because he started for them. He wrestled his max matches while we were waiting on Chance Lamer to get eligible. Nikade Zinkin, I'm like 95.736% sure that his younger brother, Rockland Zinkin, is going to Oklahoma State next year.
Yeah. Yep.
So it's kind of crazy. Like you would think like you're going to go to college and wrestle with your brother when you're that close in age, but it doesn't appear that that's, for those two families, it's not happening.
Yeah.
And like the Oklahoma State's also got the Rainey twins from Kentucky moving in next year. Like, I don't know where they're going in their lineup because they're a 33 and a 44 pounder right now. Like, well, friggin' Oklahoma State's got the best 33 pounder in the country, probably, who's should be wrestling at the Pennsylvania State Championships this weekend. Instead, he won a Big 12 title by major decision.
Yeah.
And
15-2 over Kyler Larkin of Arizona State, also a freshman.
Yeah. And then Oklahoma State's one, Sergio Vega, is a true freshman, 4-time Arizona State champion, and has beat Brock Hardy twice this year. Pending.
Right.
And Brock Hardy was a national finalist last year. So like I'm not sure where the Rainey twins fit into the lineup here.
Yeah.
But I mean, whatever.
Okay, question. How do the programs not named Penn State in Oklahoma State and maybe Ohio State, I don't know, because Ohio State's ceiling is probably higher than Nebraska, I would guess. But,
I don't think so. I think I think in a national tournament, Nebraska's got the higher ceiling.
Well, I'm just saying from a program standpoint. Like,
okay.
Maybe not in 2026. I'm just saying, like, moving forward with Cale Sanderson being at Penn State, David Taylor at Oklahoma State, like, what does it take, or what is the recipe for Ohio State to jump into the echelon? Because Oklahoma State wasn't there until David Taylor joined Oklahoma State, right? So how do these other programs have to, like, what's the play? Like, what's the play for Nebraska to make that jump to be available to high level recruits like Penn State and Oklahoma State get?
Well,
does that make sense?
Yes, I know what you're saying. First of all, you have to recruit, and recruiting nowadays costs money, and so you have to have a good bank account.
Yep.
Right, to get those high level recruits. Nebraska was in the mix with the number one kid in the country. It came down to Nebraska. Yeah, Bo Bassett. It came down to Nebraska and Virginia Tech, and he ended up going to Virginia Tech. It's in his backyard. But I think Nebraska made a pretty good run at him and about had him here. Now the thing that is attractive, right, to Penn State is like Penn State's can go get anybody and everybody they want, right? Like Pennsylvania is probably the best wrestling state in the United States when it comes to high school wrestling.
Right.
So Penn State's going to get the pick of the litter right out of their backyard. But if you look at a lot of these guys that are really good for Penn State, they're not from Pennsylvania.
Right.
Like Messenbrink is not from Pennsylvania; he's from Wisconsin.
Yep. Lilidol's from Missouri.
Right. Josh Barr is not from Penn; he is from Michigan. Like they're two guys that you're writing in Penn that they're winning national titles are not from Pennsylvania. They're like, so Penn State's going to get the best guys that they want. Now, contrary, Jax Forrest, who's at Oklahoma State, is from Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
You know, so and I kind of put this in the group text this weekend and nobody really played on it. But you know, Oklahoma State is a legendary program and had a legendary head coach for a long time, and they kind of pushed him out essentially to go get David Taylor. And you know, David Taylor had no prior coaching experience. He was still wrestling on the world scene at the time. And they went and said, you need to be done wrestling. Here's a bunch of money. By the way, here's a bunch of more money for you to go get Sergio Vega, for you to go get Kobe Merrill,
Jax Forrest,
Landon Rabinow, D. Lockett.
Like, that's the other one I was thinking of, yeah.
Those guys are all came in since David Taylor's been there, and this is his second year.
Dean Hamady last year. Right.
Well, and then you look at it, and they're bringing in the Rainey twins next year. They're bringing in Rockland Zinkin next year. They're bringing in Drayshawn Ross. Like, that's why I say, like, people are going, oh, Penn State, you know, next year they're going to be really good. Bad news for Penn State. A lot of their good guys graduate.
Yep.
Like Messenbrink's still got another year. Barr's still got another year. Haynes is done.
But they'll have Tyler Kasich back.
But where's he go in the lineup? 49?
Probably.
Van Ness is done. Lily Dahl's just a sophomore. So you get Lily Dahl back.
Van Ness is a junior.
Van Ness is only a junior? I thought they said he's done, though.
Yeah. Braden Davis probably is not going to be welcomed back to Penn State.
But who does Penn State have waiting in the wings to take over 41? Like, it doesn't matter whether Braden Davis wants to come back to Penn State or not. He ain't going to be in the lineup.
Yeah.
Unless he goes, and like, you got Marcus Blaze is back. He's a true freshman. And
but then that's where the NIL comes in to fill in somebody,
but Penn State's got him there already because they got the Japanese superstar at 41 waiting in the wings. They redshirted this year to teach him how to wrestle folk style. Like, he's going to be there 41 next year.
Yeah.
And then, you know, if Van Ness is back, PJ Duke's a true freshman. So, I mean, while Penn State's got guys in the lineup that are going to be back next year, like, they also got to replace some guys that aren't going to be easy to replace.
Would Messenbrink go up and then Kasich go 65?
I don't think so. But
Kasich would have to be on the juice to get that big.
Well, he might be on the juice to be a 57.
There's some rumors already.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey,
unless PJ Duke goes 65. Maybe PJ Duke goes 65, Messenbrink goes 70. I mean, Messenbrink could probably go 74 and win it.
PJ also has a red shirt, though, too.
Right, true. But Kasich's just a sophomore, so like
maybe Aaron McGow will go 49 for him. He's still hanging out up there. He just can't get healthy.
Yeah, somewhere.
But
I thought Van Ness, Haynes, and Rocco Welsh were all done after this year.
Okay, well here's what I have to say. Like, as impressive as Messenbrink is, I would argue because Messenbrink has had this incredible pace his entire career so far.
Well,
I don't remember Shane Van Ness being that way early, like 2 years ago. And the way that he will give up the first takedown, I feel like, and just be like, I don't even freaking matter because I'm going to gas these fools out by the end of the second period. That I'll win 13-7, or even 16-7. You know, like that's just his mindset going in. I feel like Van Ness, to me, like his motor is just something else.
Oh my goodness, Van Ness is only a junior. Oh.
Yeah.
Hey, they're going to be good next year.
Yeah.
Well, it's kind of weird. It's kind of weird to say like that sentence doesn't even make sense to me because you're like, well, Penn State will be good next year. Like they're going to be good.
Yeah.
Like,
so back to the Bo Bassett and the whole money situation.
Right.
Bo Bassett walked away from $5 million at Iowa.
Supposedly.
Yeah. Like that's where the money's at right now in college wrestling.
Right.
What did Nebraska offer him?
No idea, but I heard it wasn't enough.
Yeah.
No, okay, so that's who's the final? Who is the final? Who is the right for his brother?
Yeah.
But like, who is the final say on who, like, how much they're giving him? Is that Manning?
Well, yeah, but you also like, you can't go pay Bo Bassett all this money and have national champion Antrell Taylor in your lineup that you're not paying the same amount of money to. You know what I mean? Like guys that have proven.
Like, yeah, I get it.
Right. You know,
I'm just saying, like, who's making that decision to be like, well, then kick rocks? You know, like,
right.
If it's not enough, like, I don't know.
Well, if I had to bet, okay, if I had to assume, I would bet you the total NIL fund at Nebraska is not $5 million.
I would agree.
Right. Allocated to wrestling.
Right. Yeah, like their whole wrestling team is not making $5 million combined.
Right. Well, right. I feel like it just feels like to me that the Nebraska program, outside of having a name like AJ Ferrari come in, you know, because like as annoying as that was, and we've been kind of tired with some of that, like the name itself, it was kind of like, whoa, because it doesn't feel like a name like that should be at Nebraska because it wasn't developed at Nebraska forever.
Right.
It's always been the people that come through that get that kind of name were developed in the program.
Right.
So like what's the key piece to development to like push the needle farther for Nebraska on the wrestling mats? Like, where do you go to develop enough to compete at a high level if you can't go get those recruits?
I mean, I think that Brian Snyder and Travell have done a
job
developing guys. You know, like look at what Travell has done with a guy like Camden McDaniel. Like, he was okay last year, and then you know he got sixth at Big Tens last year, and that was kind of like, oh yeah, you know, like McDaniel wrestled really well at Big Tens, and then he goes and gets eighth at nationals. Like that's all Travell.
Yeah,
you know, I hate to point it at one guy, but like then you like look the other day.
Look at our heavyweight next year.
Well, look at Chris Minto. Chris Minto goes up to 174 this year after All-American fourth at 65 last year, and he's going to be right in the conversation to make the national finals. And he was the 93rd recruit in the country coming out of high school.
Right. He wasn't even the starter last year until after Christmas.
Right. And I would point a finger at development as Brian Snyder. Like Brian Snyder's developing those guys between 147 and 74. You know, LJ Rujau has had a fantastic freshman year for Nebraska. Like that's a Brian Snyder development. You know, so and I think Coach Manning does a great job with those guys too. But like, I mean, you know, and I'm sure James Green has his hand on some of it. You know, I think James Green might handle the guys from 25 to 41, but you know, college rooms kind of break up break up and stagger like who's developing who, you know.
Yeah.
So
I think development's massive, and it helps having an elite training center
oh yeah. Yes.
like with Nittany Lion Wrestling Club and
Well, and here's the thing is like everybody wants to talk about, you know, I believe a lot of the development at Oklahoma State is coming from David Taylor.
Yeah.
But Jimmy Kennedy does a tremendous job.
yeah,
Right? Like he's really good as well. You know, like he's got his hands on Forrest and Sergio Vega.
yeah,
But a lot of people would tell you that the brains of the operation at Penn State is Casey Cunningham, not Cale
Yep.
Sanderson.
right.
You know, like if you look in the corner a lot of times, Cale Sanderson is not in the corner for Penn State a lot.
No,
It's-
he's standing in the back with his arms
he's-
crossed.
Right, he's standing in the back. Casey Cunningham is in the corner, and Cale's brother Cody is in the corner.
Right.
You know, those two guys are, you know, so you have to it doesn't matter how good of a head coach you are, and this goes for every sport. You know, it doesn't matter how good your head coach is, it's how good the guys are that you surround yourself with.
Right.
Sure. Yeah.
All right. Well, we're at an
Maybe.
hour, so we can call it there for the night. Maybe next Sunday, or do you guys want to do one during the week?
I want to do one during the week because I want to do MLB stuff.
Yeah, we need to get talking on some MLB baseball.
Absolutely. Well, I mean, by the middle of the week,
I had
you guys will
AL.
probably
I
be
had
down to,
AL. I had AL stuff up ready to freaking talk about earlier.
well, we have plenty of time because guess what comes out this week, boys?
MLB the show.
MLB the show.
So we'll probably be doing a live episode while playing the show. We'll be a lot more
Heck yeah.
we'll be a lot more fighting each other, probably, especially me and Kale with AL Central rivalries, and Colin's also a Royals fan.
Closet.
So stupid. So stupid.
Okay. No, we're
Every time I
gonna
have
get
to
into
look
it
at-
this week. Kale, you and me are gonna have it out this week because of your disdain for Bobby Witt.
Won't draft him ever.
God. No, so it's gonna be. We're back to recording, and to be good back to talk some baseball.
Feels so good. I mean,
And I can't leave the show tonight. We have not talked since football season, and I have to give Kale his flowers. Because last year, week 1, Kale picked Indiana Miami for his title. And to prove it, you can go back and watch our shows. But Kale also won a big bet because he bet Indiana at the beginning of the year to win the national title.
yeah.
So I have to give
that was
Kale his
fun.
flowers there.
So it's interesting because I wasn't so. I don't think it was actually week 1. Like let's be. It wasn't until Miami beat Florida State that I was like, oh my gosh, Miami
that's
looks different.
That's because Florida State beat Alabama week 1, and everybody thought Alabama was going to be really, really good.
Yeah.
And
Right.
Florida State went
Hand
B
up.
to A,
I thought
B to-
Alabama was winning it all.
B to A against
Notre Dame.
Florida State, or Florida
Oh,
State
sorry.
went B to A against Alabama week 1, and then Miami beat Florida State like week 3, and everybody was like, "Oh, Miami is just tremendous." I'm like, "No,
That was
let's
right
well-
after beating Notre Dame.
let's slow the roll here. Like Florida State might not be that good. Turns out Florida State was not that good.
Well,
Hot
but
fucking
still,
garbage.
obviously, the eye test was still apparent because of how Miami flew around the field, the attitude. Like it was all eye test for me. Not more. It wasn't about Florida State so much as it was about a different kind of athlete that was on
Yeah.
the field for Miami that they had not been used to having.
Right.
So like it was that piece, and then the whole idea, like after Indiana beat Illinois, was when I made that bet with that guy here up in town. That's a dad with our sons are on the same flag football team, and I was like, "I'll take Indiana. You can have the field." And he's like, "That's the easiest bet I've ever made." And I said, we shook hands, and every week Indiana beat somebody good. I just sent him the sly emoji with the half smile. And
Yeah.
he'd just be like, "Oh, F you, dude." It was freaking funny.
We'll have a lot more banner coming up. We just had to ease into it tonight, and
we're a little rusty, just a little rusty. Once we
Yeah.
get some stuff going, man, when baseball gets started, it's going to be fantastic. NCAA wrestling in 2 weeks. Holy smokes. Like, we got a lot to cover.
Yeah. Well, Canada's making a comeback on Panama right now. So let's go watch that, boys.
Sounds good.
Have a good night, everybody. We'll be back later this week.
Adios. Go Twins.